Hi guys, Rod just checking in after our class meeting this past Tuesday night on the 14th. Thanks guys that you came out on Valentine's night, so appreciate that so much. But just to recap a few things and then to look over the next 40 chapters to say in Psalms that we're going through. Again, to reflect on Psalm 37, 3, 4, 5 of those verses. Trust, delight, commit, and then after 6, the promises that God not only has already stated in those 3 verses, but what he states thereafter will happen in our lives. And again, that word delight, that song again that we tried to sing a bit together, I delight myself in you, is such a wonderful testimony and a commentary as to what that word delight means. But making our greatest joy, our greatest ambition, our greatest goal, our greatest possession, our relationship with God, and following his son Jesus Christ to serve him with our lives. So that's a great passage of the psalm to go back over and keeping that in mind as we move forward. So I think that was Big Daddy Weave that sang that song, so if you want to look it up and take it further to your own blessing or profit. Then let's go, if you will, as you continue through the Psalms, Psalm 78, 72. There's 2 things there: skillfulness of hands, integrity of heart. First character, that again trumps everything as to our most needful asset qualification for being used of God and ministering and leading his people. So integrity of heart, and then skillfulness of hands. Yes, you do need to learn competence and that understanding and applying scriptural precepts and principles that are in Scripture, especially delineating your job responsibilities as a pastor or other staff member, a church leader in the church. Then note Psalm 81, 8 through 16. Compare that to what Jesus says in John 10 and how he wants to care for us, and what we see here of God's character in 81 and his desire to care for us if we will delight ourselves in him to make that avenue of his blessings available into our lives. Then Psalm 84, 1 and 2, and 10 through 12. Understanding what's truly valuable in our lives and in life, period. Compare that with Psalm 89, 14 through 18. So compare 84 and 89 and what you're seeing in those respective Psalms. Also, please take a careful look at 86, 11 through 12. And then Psalm 90 is that just wow psalm by Moses, and so many insights there. 91, the first verse, about God's presence, what it says there to us. And then the promise about old age and what God says to us in Psalm 92, verses 12 through 15. Note what he can do and wants to do even for us in our closing years of life. Then Psalm 95 and 96 and 105. 95, 96, and 105. The first 3 verses and what it's saying about music and worship in those respective Psalms. And also Psalm 100. So 95, 96, 100, and 105. All those 4 Psalms in the first 3 verses about worship. Please note Psalm 101, verse 7 about honesty. Then Psalm 107, that whole psalm about scary circumstances in life and God. And that's a neat study, especially about the ocean and sailors, what's surfaced in the middle of that psalm, that chapter 107. And then Psalm 111, verse 10, the fear of the Lord. Watch what it says there, what we're going to see again in Proverbs, what we saw in Job. So Psalm 111:10. And then again the word delight, that doctrine, Psalm 112 verse 1. And then for this segment of the YouTube coverage, we'll stop with Psalm 115 and pick up from there in next week's YouTube, going forward to the end of the Psalms. But Psalm 115, the first 8 verses, ask as you look through those verses of Psalm 115, what can we make idols of in our lives? Yes, even as Christians. So we'll stop there. So we went through Psalm 1 through 75 in class. In our next class, we'll be looking at going through the rest of the Psalms and probably get started into the Proverbs, as we'll be looking to finish Ecclesiastes and Song of Solomon and the finishing of the Proverbs in our last class that we'll be having together. So look forward to seeing you on the 28th, and thanks, men, for all your work and all your digging in to sharpen your lives for Christ's service. God bless you. Have a great weekend. Bye.